Oh, shut up. You have a female.
You guys hear my laryngitis? Yes. Oh, people can hear my laryngitis. Very nice.
You're learning gitis. What the fuck is that?
You'll find out about it. It's the laryngitis.
Oh, oh, okay. I thought you said learning gitis, like a sickness. I was like, what the fuck is that?
You know what? I think that the reason why we got so many views on the last episode was because I sounded like, you know, that guy from Well, There's Your Problem with the V22 episode. You know, the guy who sounded like he had like the flu.
Yeah.
Yeah, the engineer guy. I think I just need to basically get every sickness known to man so I can sound more like him. And then people will confuse us with that other podcast, and then we profit.
Why are these guys talking about unknown vehicles all of a sudden?
What's
scale modeling?
Horizon Islands?
I am oddly interested in this Horizon Island campaign. Dude, did I tell you? I think it was either YouTube or Instagram. I think it was my Instagram story. I posted something about my Horizon Island build. Actually, it might have been YouTube. I'll go back and look. But someone commented something like, "It's so nice seeing someone bring to life the smaller countries." It's just something like, bro. Hang on. Let me go check my YouTube real quick. 'Cause I think I know the video it's on. I was rolling, dude.
These small countries get the representation they truly deserve. Oh God, who's gonna tell them?
Honestly, let's see. No.
Imagine if aliens heard this podcast. They'd just be looking at Google Earth like, where is it?
Dude, honestly. Like, where are these fucking nerds? I know it's on a video. It's on YouTube. I know that for sure.
Would it be one?
Oh yeah, here it is.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Panzerman's Bunker, loving the third world country or third world T-62 diorama. Very cool seeing different countries' armies being built. Oh my God. I'm sending this to you in podcast planning.
Oh God. Oh boy, hasn't found out that the T-62 was never exported.
Bro, this is the problem. Like, a lot of these guys are old and they don't understand or they don't really listen to the content. I mean, I'm glad he's enjoying the build and all that. I really am, but like, bro.
Imagine leaving a nice comment on Garrison's video, and then all of a sudden he and some other dude who sounds like he's sick are ripping into you the next week.
Panzerman's Bunker, dude. If you're listening to this, not trying to shit on you, bro. It's just kind of funny.
I am. That's my job. You need to learn your geography, bro.
I even mentioned, bro, it's a video game, man. Arma 3. You got to look into it. Yeah. Are we recording, actually? We are recording.
Yeah. It's just a 3-minute cold open.
Fucking beautiful. That's a good cold open.
That's what I like to do. I just like to mess with the audience. Like, okay, when are we actually going to start? Well, maybe we'll have one episode where it's just 100% cold open.
Dude, yeah, the whole episode is just a cold open of all of us shitting on each other, and then someone says, "Are we recording yet?" And that's the end of the episode.
We're getting copyright strikes just for that.
Oh yeah, fuck it.
All right, well, I'm not going to use the ill-to-see voice this time. You are listening to the Micro Machines podcast. Today's episode is about the Horizon Islands Defense Forces. If you don't know what they are, don't worry. That's why you're here. Strap in. Today, you've got me, Dennis. I am in Ontario. I am drinking... Garrison, you're going to like this. So, I've got black coffee, right?
Okay.
I took... some Folgers coffee, right? Some Folgers instant coffee.
Okay.
I took some like no-name brand decaf instant coffee, and I mixed that.
Huh.
I cut the Folgers.
Is that a sin?
I just feel weird drinking. I feel like purists are gonna come after me, but like it's getting late here, and I don't want to be up until 2. I don't know. I'm gonna see. We're gonna see how caffeinated I am at the end of this episode.
You're gonna wake up to like 7 people standing over you, and they're all gonna have like different coffee logo T-shirts on.
Yep.
Or Starbucks shirts, because Starbucks is
people. Oh, happy pumpkin spice season, everyone.
Yes. Oh my fucking dude, I can't wait. My excuse for drinking so much pumpkin spice this year is moving. Like I need that caffeine to stay awake. So
It's just gonna be like you're driving to Kansas, and it's gonna take 20 hours longer than it normally would because you're stopping at every town to go to the Starbucks and get a new pumpkin spice.
I actually prefer the Dunkin' Donut, honestly.
See, I've never had those, but I have had the donuts one time, and they were mid.
I'm not a big donut guy, I'll be honest with you. Church kind of ruined that for me, but maybe I'll try them one day.
What?
That's for a different episode.
That's a Patreon episode right there.
That is a Patreon episode.
Alrighty.
But yeah, I think moving out to Kansas, just a 21-hour drive, 3-day push, hauling that 20-foot truck, man. I gotta get all the Dunkin' Donuts I can.
You know, we need to basically find like we need to find like some sort of like powder you can add to any coffee, and they'll just turn it into pumpkin spice. I'm sure they
Pumpkin
make
spice creamer.
Now I just feel like an idiot.
I thought you were pulling my leg at first.
Ugh. So yeah, you've got me in Canada, and then we've also got.
Hi, I'm Greg out here in Southern California. Not for long, 2.5, or not even 2.5. It's 2 weeks and a day, man, and I'm out of here. So yeah, I'm drinking regular coffee with a little bit of milk and equal powder in my M&P cup. Working on my T62.
Still jealous of your merch. You got merch before we were even a thing.
Well, Callum did too, right? Like he got the original merch.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I gotta make some merch.
Dude, I was just too goddamn excited. Like when we move, like, I already told my wife, if we have a flagpole, my channel, I'm gonna make a flag. I'm dead ass. I am dead ass. I am so dead ass. It's not even real. Like Marine Corps veterans put like the Marine Corps flag up, or they'll put an American flag up, or whatever the fuck. Fuck that. I don't care. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
He's taking capitalism to the next level. No, you've got an order of flags. So on the top is your YouTube channel, and on the bottom we've got like the M&P flag.
Oh man, I am actually gonna get an M&P flag and a my channel flag and put in my basement as wall decor.
There you go. You know what? I'll send you the flag from my university too. I've got no use for it. You could put it up. Use
Dude, fuck yeah. Tablecloth my ass. That shit'll go on the fucking wall or the ceiling somewhere.
When the M&P meets up in Japan for the hobby fair, we're gonna have to like do that pose, like you see, like you guys doing, where you've just got the flag unfurled and everyone's standing around it.
Oh yeah, the conquering pose.
But that's a problem to me at headquarters.
Yes. Oh my god, yes.
A bunch of sweaty white dudes like trying to find like where the fair is, but all the signs are in Japanese.
All sweaty white dudes except for one Indian guy. I wonder who that is.
Nah, that's Ezra for real.
Oh god, Ezra.
All right. Next slide. All right. So, do you want to do this one? I feel like you've got a better handle on the lore, honestly.
Yeah. Fuck it. Here, what side you want? Okay, yeah, let me go to the so I can see.
Let me pull up the laser pointer too. I feel like this might be the kind of thing we got John Madden this.
All right, so, fuck. How do I? Nope, don't want to do that. I'm trying to make your screen bigger because I can't see it.
The M&P podcast.
Oh, here we go. Full screen. God damn, I'm an idiot. Okay. So what are the Horizon Islands? An excuse for you.
You could tell we read our own slides before we present.
An excuse for you to finish your shelf queens. That's what. Touch palm tree. Touch grass. Touch palm leaf. Oh my god, dude. I'm glad I didn't read these before I fucking.
That's the thing. Like, we have to compartmentalize our slides. You know, like in the doing classified research in every Area 51, everyone could only work on one specific project, and they couldn't know what everyone else was working on. We've got to do that for our slides.
Fuck yeah. All right. So basically, the Horizon Islands is basically Fiji, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I mean, like if you look for everyone who's watching on YouTube, so you see my laser pointer, right? So here in this map of all the real countries, you've got Fiji, and then just a little bit to the northwest are the Horizon Islands, which are definitely a real country, third world, developing.
100%. uh, so this is from a video game called Arma 3. Now, if you are a younger person or you grew up playing video games, you've definitely heard about it. It's a military simulator that has a huge emphasis on modding, and you can make your own scenarios and whatnot. And there's what is it? Evron is a HIDF map, right?
You talking about Tanoa?
Tanoa, thank you. Yeah, Fiji, basically.
Evron.
Yeah, off-brand Fiji. I'm sorry, dude. I've got like 40 maps on my shit. Okay, and I can't keep up.
He's pulling up the what is it, the IFAO maps.
Dude, I'm not kidding. I've got like 40. Granted, they're all free, so it's not really a flex or anything. But you know, it's just I can't keep my mind straight with them.
Arma maps are either like god tier, like Tanoa is, or they could be really dated. Like they you feel like you're playing something from the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, some of those are good if it's like a Ukraine map or like Chechen War map. It's good. However, Tanoa is definitely, like you said, god tier, especially with all those buildings you can go into and shit.
Yo, here's a hot take. Altus and Stratus look awful. Like I just don't like using them.
What is it?
They just don't look good. They look like a weird combination of the desert and grasslands, but like Tanoa, you've got all this beautiful foliage. It's like a nice water. It just looks better, you know.
Which map did you say first?
You know, the Altus and the Stratus, the ones that like when you buy the base
Oh
game,
yeah, it's kind of like those. It's kind of like a big U island.
Like Greece, almost. But worse. If you could actually make it worse.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I'm not a big. The only reason I wanted a Mediterranean map was for like the invasion of Sicily. I did a scenario with that, but the one map of the Mediterranean that's like dated back to the 1940s is fucking awful anyway. So yeah, the rest of them are just dog shit. But yeah, so that's that's our area. Horizon Island Defense Force. If I'm not mistaken, Dennis, you know a little bit more on the backstory, but correct me if I'm wrong on this. The Horizon Island Defense Force is not a proper standing army during peacetime, but
not really, I guess.
For the game lore, right?
Yeah, for the game. That's the problem. There's real life lore in which this place doesn't exist. Then there's game lore in which it's just the police force.
Yeah.
And then there's our lore, which is like
a mixture.
So, you know, those Hyperborea edits, it's just like that.
We gotta get some Fonk on here with a bunch of fucking Horizon Island Defense Force. Hey, I fuck with Fonk music, okay? It's just really cringe when you get some 13-year-old putting some fucking Waffen SS asshole in the background.
Oh god, not the Thash Wave edits.
Dude, they're so awful. They almost ruined Fonk for me, bro. Not gonna lie.
See, I work with car guys, so Fonk, I've been exposed to it a bit more than I'd like to admit.
Fair enough. Yeah. I know Fonk is definitely a car thing, and it's
you know what I've been getting into lately?
What's that?
Italo Wave. You ever heard that? It's like this Italian club music from the 1980s, and it's the most Cold War thing you've ever heard.
How do you spell that?
Italo. It's all one word, and then WAVE.
Oh, Italo Wave. Okay. This is Italo Wave Volume 1 by Andy Fox. Is that right, or?
Yeah.
Let's see.
But when I say that, I can totally picture this being played in the Bradley on the test range. Yeah. Wait! Don't play it. We're gonna get copywritten.
Oh fuck! Yeah, you're right. Okay, that was a teaser. Yeah, the little bit I just heard. Yeah, I could definitely see.
I'll send you a link to one after, and you might like it. You might not.
I mean, the little bit I just heard, I already fuck with it. So
What the hell? Wait, were we not just talking about? Oh God!
what?
If you're, for people who are watching the episode, it's only going to get worse from here. If you think this is off topic for us,
We went from talking about Fiji or Horizon Island to Italian Wave.
copyrighted.
All right, so back to topic.
Yeah, so I think you could call it. There's two tiers of Horizon Islands lore. There's the lore in the game, the version, and you've got the Micro Machines lore, which is the chat.
Yes, I think the best way to explain it is in game. Like they have a military in game, and from what my point of view is, you can kind of, if you take the Ukraine military in 2014, make that the Horizon Island Defense Force before war, and then take Ukraine now, right, during the Kherson offensive, and make it the new Horizon Island during war, right? That's kind of, I guess, a comparison some people could understand. Yeah, can you hear me? Hello? Dennis! You only heard the word Ukraine once. Alright, so the best way to kind of understand exactly where the Horizon Island military is, if you look at where the Ukraine military was during 2014, and use that as the Horizon Island Defense Force before war, and then look at the Ukraine military now during the Kherson offensive, make that the Horizon Island Defense Force during conflict. So they really boosted up their military. They brought out a bunch of old equipment and gear to kind of defend their island. They are called the Horizon Island Defense Force. However, we've also, I've taken that into a more drastic sense. And
defending Malden.
defending
Atlantic Islands.
They are taking back what is rough.
If it's an island, it's a horizon
island. It's on the other horizon, so we gotta go snag it. I mean, I use the Malden, so there's another faction that I didn't know about until recently called the Malden. Is it? I think it's just Malden, right? Or is it Malden Defense Force?
Man, that was also an Altus tier map. I did not enjoy Malden. It was better than Altus, but
I haven't played on Malden. I'm playing that one I downloaded, the special map. I forgot what it's called. It's like, yeah, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. It's probably in a picture I sent you. But by the way, that map,
save your money. The Malden DLC is not that good.
Yeah, I did I download it? I don't know. Yeah, of course I did. I've got the shit. Never mind. Ignore me. I'm very tired. I've had a long 3 weeks.
If you're listening to us, you should expect this by now.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, I use the Maldens because they're kind of similar in weaponry and whatnot, but they're different. There's a distinct difference in them, and I don't know. It's just really interesting. The force on force, both sides using old Soviet and NATO armor and vehicles, and the Maldens using more of like the bullpup styled weapons versus the Horizon Island using like the FALs, and the Horizon Island Foreign Legion using fucking
Foreign Legion now. Who told me that?
Yeah, dude. It's here. Go back on I think it was Instagram. I sent you a picture of the medics I made.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yeah, the Horizon Island Foreign Legion, and it's that camouflage, and then they have like bullpup weapons and shit like that. I'll have to get a picture of it for you, but yeah, and then getting DLCs, like there's a DLC for like 12 different vehicles, and one of them's like a T-62. So basically, if you think about the way Dennis presented this to me when he first started his T-55 was, think of it as like the Cold War happened. The Soviets were here, and the NATO was here, and maybe they had a fight, maybe they didn't, whatever, and they dipped out, and they left a bunch of equipment behind, or they sold it to them or whatever, and it's just been kind of sitting there, rotting away, low maintenance, just making the engine run type shit.
The
And
way I
then,
like to the way I like to think of it, to characterize it in the Micro Machines lore is that after they got their independence, in the 19 kind of basically from the 50s all the way to like the 70s, they were in Soviet alliance, so like they weren't a Warsaw Pact, but they were in the Soviet and Chinese sphere of influence, and they got a lot of donations from them. In the 80s, they began transitioning away from that towards NATO and towards the West, and then they just buy a lot of Vietnam War era surplus. They just buy everything dirt cheap.
dude, we
I
gotta.
thought
Have you wrote that down yet?
it's in my head. I'll write it down at
Okay.
some point. They got the
Yeah,
dollar store Sheridans.
that's definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna need that for later. uh, so yeah, Evden has put a lot of Cold War era shit, and even pre-Cold War, some of the stuff. Like, I guess
I
we'll get
guarantee
into later.
there are definitely Willys Jeeps around here, and not the M50
Oh, 100%.
ones, just the old ones.
Oh yeah, and what tank was it?
There's probably a Sherman on here,
Probably.
somewhere
Yeah.
around here. I bet.
Specific island. Well, I mean, it actually makes sense because think about it. The Solomon Islands in New Georgia are up to the northwest.
Yeah,
So,
you're right,
dude, Japan or Horizon
Well-
Island Type 97.
dude. You know that Type 97s are used to stack targets here, probably around here.
Dude, you know what? I'm gonna make a test range or like a firing range for the Horizon Island Defense Force and have all the targets be like old World War II shit, like Type
That
97s.
would be ridiculous.
Oh my! I'm gonna do that tonight. Fuck it. Is there a way that you and I could get on a map together and build shit like that?
You know, I don't think there is actually. I think the Eden editor is single player only, but then you can take a map, make it as a scenario, and then multiple people can play it.
But we wouldn't be able to edit at the same time.
Nah.
God damn it. Okay, fair enough.
Someone builds the diorama, the other person builds the mission.
I will. Yeah. I suck at making missions themselves. Like, I put a bunch of. Every time I make a scenario, I think when I put like a tank down or if I put like an infantry squad down, I think to myself, where would I be sitting at? And I set everyone in that position, tentatively on what the enemy would do. And then they all just go at it, and then I pick random people to play as. So I don't make actual proper missions, unfortunately. I'm cheap.
That's all right.
It's a clusterfuck, and it's great.
Exactly. So one thing I will point out is that in the game, if you download the DLC from the publishers, you can only play this upper province here, Tanoa, which is actually deceptively large. Like it is actually a pretty large area.
It's fucking gigantic.
Yeah. But the idea here is that, and this is something that we have ripped directly from, what the publishers said on their wiki. You've basically got these 3 other districts with much larger islands. And so I think, one of the reasons, if it was just, the island, the islands of Tanoa, we would not be able to make half of these scenarios sound even remotely credible. Because the one thing I will point out is that, like, all the HIDF stuff we've been doing is, like, you could see it happening, right? Just because of the size of the country, but that's kind of the advantage, and that's something we'll touch on. I think when we talk about the models, is if you want to do it, there's literally no limit to what you can do.
Yeah. Build basically whatever the hell you want. Like, people were asking in the Discord, like, oh, what are y'all looking for the HIDF? And it's like Dennis just said, anything. Like, one of our buddies, Ezra, one of the hosts, he asked, he's like, jokingly, he's like, oh, can I do a Stug? We're like, actually, yes, you can.
No. I just listen to this. Nah.
Well, Ezra's banned from Stugs, but if he wasn't, then yes, he'd be able to. Like, if you wanted to make it, like something I'm going to do, I'm going to make a huge infantry defense position on a beachhead for the HIDF, and it's going to include like concrete embankments, or fortifications, trench lines, beachheads, things like that. And part of it is going to be either like a T-34-85 kind of dug in the back of it where the engine is. I'm going to cut it out and make it look like there's wooden log doors there. And so it's like, instead of it, it's basically made into like a concrete fortification, but it's just
He done turned the T-34-85 into a Merkava. You enter from the back.
Well, you won't be able to drive it or anything, so it's just a concrete fucking fortification. Have like where the driver's at, and the coax gunner have like a cot right there on the left hand side. Have a little like pot and pan, and a little like Coleman stove or something, and on the right hand side have a radio.
Yeah, we cooked it in the T-34. What of it?
Dude, you'd be surprised the type of shit people bring out to the field, and especially in like a defensive position like that. Oh, you bet your sweet ass they're making themselves comfortable.
Jack is like just in the driver's position, sleeping with the dogs out. He's got 10 different blankets.
10 blankets on an island. You're high as fuck. Jack's got the yellow fever.
He's oh god. I'm going to choose not to interpret that the way I'm trying not to interpret that.
He went to town too many times, I'll put it that way.
Oh, God. Okay, so we've touched on what the Horizon Islands are after getting sidetracked probably 22 times. This is the concept. Okay. So the concept of this was started in the Micro Machines podcast Discord server. Link in the description. If you haven't already, you should totally join the Discord, because it is cooler than any other modeling club you will ever be in.
Straight facts.
The idea was you can build anything and make an HIDF. It doesn't matter. You make the rules, you make the story, you make the lore. You don't. One of the things, I think one of the reasons why we created this was because, and I don't know, at least I found that the kind of modeling that people like, for argument's sake, Christian on the server do, where they're copying an exact photograph, is really cool. But after a while, it just kind of gets, like a bit tedious to copy every single detail of a real historical event. And sometimes you just want to build. So in this case, you can build and you have no restrictions. It's just about where your creativity goes. Like, this is basically an art exercise.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter what. Sheridan's, DUKWs, T62s, who cares? You can do it all. And just here at the bottom, there's basically just kind of a rough outline of the composition of the HIDF. So, excuse me. Curious, Greg, how many of these symbols do you recognize?
Let me actually look. They're really small on my screen, so hang on a second. Terms and graphic, let's see. Engineer company. What is that? Support, I think. The third from the bottom on the left-hand side, I think that's support. Yeah, that one.
Yep.
Let's see. Fuck, it's been forever, dude. Center line, second from top, that's amphibious armor?
Yes. Because you know they have to have amphibious armor.
100%, dude. Fucking A.
T-55 with a floating screen.
Dude, I'm gonna make it, I swear to God. One of these days I'm gonna make something that's not supposed to float, and it's gonna fucking float.
It's 55 tons. How does it float?
Don't worry about it, goddammit. Below that is that fucking, I would say amphibious infantry, but
yes.
Is it?
Yep.
Huh. What would that call? Like, would that be like a boat company, like a rubber paddle boat type company?
No. These homeboys just ride the M114s and Sheridans through the sea.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Top.
Okay. Below that you got regular infantry. Top right, what is that? Fucking, I'm not gonna pretend I know that. Below that's anchor, so it's probably Navy. Amphibious support under that, maybe. I don't know. Yep. Below that, what is that? Fucking, that's not recon. No, that's not recon. Fuck. Yeah, I forgot. Below that, some kind of, was that naval engineers?
Yep.
Below that, the Get Fucked company. I don't know. Below that's the push for the Soviet Union.
Yes. the person offensive over here.
God, dude, it's been forever since I looked at off terms and graphics. I didn't know I was going to be knowledge tested today.
This is actually your exit exam.
Got me fucked up. I'm getting out.
So yeah, basically, like the way that so Greg and we had this like brainstorming session. This is going back a few months as to just sort of the general outlines of the organization of it. So the idea is you've got the HIMC, and that's basically like the tip of the spear. That's the fighting element of the HIDF, hence amphibious armor. Then you've got the HIA, which is more or less like everything support wise. So they have the the engineering, the support, logistics, um, the air wing, the meteorological service, and you've got the HIN, which is it's just more or less the U.S. Coast Guard for all intents and purposes.
But these guys actually do shit.
Yes. You know what I was thinking?
What's up?
I think the Horizon Islands Navy should have coastal fortifications like the those tank turrets up on the
Yes.
cliffs, but they should be IS-2 turrets.
Oh, dude. God damn it, man. You're making me. Every time I look at a kit now, I'm thinking to myself, how can I make this HIDF? Like, I'm not kidding. That's been a problem
This
with
is
me
a
lately.
problem, isn't it?
It became like the side project. Like, okay, if you have a shelf queen, throw it in. And now we're deliberately looking at things like, how can I turn this into HIDF? I mean, it's such a fun concept because
Well, I
you
think
can do anything.
I think the advantage of it is like with most people who do models, like the general attitude in the community has been you have to make it as accurate as possible. Now you're basically taking that concept and turning it on its head, where it's no, make it as inaccurate as possible, and then come up with some weird justification for it.
Yeah, like if it makes sense to you, like if you were like, for instance, my T62, I've got, which you'll see later. There's a cooler on the back with a radio in it, like a call box, right?
He's got the Gatorade box.
like think about it. Like if you're gonna have a call box, right? But there wasn't one originally put in, and the only thing you've got to protect that thing is a cooler. Why wouldn't you use it,
Well, think about
right?
plastic is waterproof. This thing drives through
Exactly,
water.
exactly. So it just makes sense. Shit like that, it makes sense. Adding extra armor like steel plates or concrete for these guys because it's cheap and it's inexpensive and it kind of works depending on what's shooting at you. It makes sense, right? So yeah, we'll get into that a little later.
Yeah, so I guess we can kind of look, chronologically at the work we've already done about the HIDF stuff, and that just kind of gives you we'll have a little like look at that, so people who are watching the YouTube video can sort of get an idea of what we're talking about, right? So the first one, this was the first HIDF build, right?
Yeah, you did the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically, this is a T55 135 scale from Tamiya. What I have done is I've basically taken this thing to the chop shop, and I've added ERA bricks. So this is Contact 1 ERA. And T55s with this did exist. It's the T55 AMV, but the ERA on that was much more sophisticated than this. But basically, this is a T55 which was received as just kind of like a donation, more or less, back in the 1960s. And it was donated in already poor condition. But the notion here is sometime in the 1980s, the HIDF basically buys this Contact 1, installs it to add like some degree of protection, and they have just been keeping this thing in service. Now, it looks really rusty because it is. The entire bottom half is covered in corrosion, but that's because one of the ideas here is that this is amphibious armor, so it will drive like river deltas and mangroves, anywhere. Basically, if the water doesn't come above here, it's just going to drive through it. It's not going to have wading gear or anything like that attached. It's not going to take a boat there. It's just going to drive on the sand. So, like, the entire lower half is covered in corrosion from all the salt water.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, but basically, you can see, like, some ERA bricks are really rusted out. Some aren't. Like, they do their best to try and keep it in workable condition. But, as long as it works, they do not care what it looks like.
Dude, you got to think too, like weaponry like this. Like whenever I was in Okinawa, we took our weapons out of the armory. The armory was air conditioned, which was really stupid because we were bringing it straight into humidity, so it would immediately sweat.
Yeah.
And it rusted. Like we would take them out to do fucking IA drills for maybe like an hour or two a day, sometimes to 6, and even like that 30 minutes to an hour just to do IA drills. You're rusty as fuck. So you can't help it.
And
Like,
that's really high quality metal. You're thinking, that is
yes.
designed not to rust if at all possible. These T55s are not made well to begin with, and it's not like they have an air conditioned hangar to sit in. They sit outside all the time, 24/7. So there's only so much you can do, but you can do things like you can see certain elements like the infrared searchlights, things like that. There are more efforts taken to try and reduce corrosion on those. So things like applying regular coats of paint, all that. Whereas parts like the fenders, nah, who cares?
What are fenders?
Yeah, exactly. Weight reduction. It's just the T55 Super Ligara.
Oh my god. Oh
And then
man.
this is actually it's kind of funny. This is my work in progress right now, but this is the M114, and like you can think that this being fully amphibious, and actually being pretty fast in the water too. It could be like kind of like the cavalry vehicle. You have a whole bunch of these operating together, and like a swarm almost, so like maybe 15 working together, and they're
That's
lightly
like a
armored.
company element, dude.
Yeah, exactly. They're lightly armed. They're lightly armored, but I mean, hey, what are they up against?
Exactly. Dude, and that speed, especially if you get a couple of these to have like a 57 millimeter chain gun or something like that, like
Oh God.
it's fucking. That's what that one vehicle I showed you today, that with the fucking chain gun. I think I sent you a picture of it next to the T62.
Yes, yes, I saw that. Yep.
Yeah, that had a 57 millimeter on it. Oh my god, that was so fun,
I bet.
bro. Ripping up bulldogs with that. Oh my god, so much fucking fun. Anyways, sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder.
No. And I think actually when I make a diorama for this, it's going to be by a bridge. The idea being that, say, on an exercise, these being the fastest, because M114s can, I think, go up to 80 kilometers an hour.
Holy shit.
So the idea being, these are, in the exercise, they immediately swim to shore and they don't stop or wait around or anything. They just drive straight along the roads inland to prevent bridges from being blown. And they just basically stay there and wait for the slower Sheridans and T62s to drive through.
Okay, so you're basically that's the airborne of Normandy.
It is like airborne but seaborne, basically.
Yeah, it's that. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. That's pretty tits.
It's going to be cool. Yeah. But again, talking about how you can do anything with these guys are from a Type 90 kit. But who cares? It looks the part,
It really do. They really do. Like,
they actually do fit really well.
God, what kit was that? The Type 90?
Yeah, the Tamiya Type 90.
Tamiya, okay. How do those tracks go together?
Beautifully. Well, okay, it
Link
wasn't
and length,
Tamiya
or
quality. They were more frustrating than Tamiya, but honestly, not bad.
are they individual or length and length?
Length and length.
Nice.
Yeah.
God,
Dude,
I love
honestly, you should get this kit.
Dude, looking at it, I want to. How much was it?
It's like $40, honestly.
Okay.
You know what you do though? Because for the same price, they're making the one with the full interior. Get the full interior.
Yeah,
because this
definitely would.
Is about the size of the inside of the palm of my hand.
If I got this, which I will, I'm gonna make a command version. I want to get 2 of them. I'd like to get 3. However, that's a lot of money.
Let's just buy 50.
Make a whole goddamn company. I want to make a command vehicle of this, right? Like I want to have like exterior radios attached to the outside with like big antennas. I want like 7 or 8 antennas on this bitch, and like maybe like a little like a radar dish, or not a radar dish, but like almost like a TV like dish, but
yeah,
not
a sat dish.
Thank you, a sat dish. Which I mean, using satellite nowadays is fucking. You're asking to be killed. However, that's all they got. So
it's 1994. I mean, this is they're a third world country, yet they have satellite technology. Don't ask me how.
Yeah, we don't write the rules. I mean, we do, but
no,
we don't write the rules.
If you've got a problem with it, ask the HIDF.
Yeah, go ask them, assholes.
I will say, though, the M114 is ridiculously small. I know
it looks small, dude.
Like it, but it is...
I'm looking at my... oh, shit, I'm not actually. It's fucking packed. The other night, I was looking at my M1113. Or M113, whatever the fuck.
dwarfs this. This
is
about half the size.
That's insane because the 13 is tiny. So
And I was planning, and you remember I was saying I was planning on basically making this into like a command version as well, and then I realized there's just no space.
yeah,
There is literally no room.
yeah. That's why I want to make the radios on the outside and like cut openings and
Yeah,
make it look like they like welded the exterior armor box on it. God,
flotation. Who needs flotation?
fuck flotation, bro. It's got those good weld beads. They got welders from the States to come out and
Oh
oh man,
god,
that 50 looks really good, by the way. That's
the
fucking
50 was
hot.
the highlight of the kit. Really good. The reticle. I wish all kits gave you this.
Dude, is that photo etch?
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
There we go.
Okay, a lot going on. For people who've never seen this, there's a lot going on in one picture, and I will say my camouflage works good, because even me looking at it now, I'm like, what the fuck is what? Uh, okay, so this is my T62, Tamiya T62A that I built just over a year ago for my Chechen War diorama outside of Grozny, and then I chunked it to make more space. And then Dennis did his T55, and then I was like, ooh, I gotta hop on the bandwagon, so I started this monster. And I'm really glad I did, because, I mean, I've had a blast with it. Being able to do whatever the fuck I want, adding parts, taking away. God, you really can't see too much of the detail.
The problem is you've added so much detail that you can't you can't look at it from a macro perspective and not truly appreciate it.
Yeah, you gotta. God damn it! I'm so close to having this thing done and making like a video of it with pictures, but I mean, all right, we'll start on the top left. So,
Yes. Okay. Fire away.
you see, it's a T62, but it's different. There's Challenger 2 armor on the sides, right? So the whole idea was like Dennis, they had old vehicles like T62, and since the T62 had a better anti-tank capability than like the 55, they made this one a little heavier. So they added the Challenger 2 armor that was given by NATO,
How did they get
and
the challenge? Like, how did they manage that?
like put it on, or
No, how did they manage to just secure the side armor? They're like, nah, we don't want the Challenger 2, just give us the sides.
I'm gonna say maybe leftover from ruined Challenger 2s from Iraq. Or actually, no, they didn't get destroyed there. Actually, there weren't any destroyed. Okay, how about this?
Money
'Cause-
talks.
yeah, money talk. Maybe that's like the old Challenger 2 side armor, and they moved to the next gen, and they're getting rid of their old one.
Yeah, that could be it. Or, no, you know what? These were the ones that came out of the manufacturing line with defects.
That's a good idea. Yes. So, okay, yeah, we'll go with that. Actually, that's actually a really good idea. Defected Challenger 2 armor may or may not work. They added it. Yeah, 50-50. They added it to the sides to help it not get ammo racked. If I'm not mistaken, the T62 had a. Did they have an auto loader or was it a manual?
No, it was a loader.
What T series had? There was one T series that had a manual loader.
55.
Was it the 55?
Yeah. One sec.
Hang on, let's Google this because I could have swore that 62 had. Does the T62 have an auto loader? All the tank nerds are yelling at me right now. It didn't explode like the more modern Russian tanks, such as the 72 or 80, as it doesn't have an auto loader. Okay.
No, never
So
mind. I was wrong. The T62 does not, but it does have the auto loader ejection hatch.
Yes, it does. So
What the hell?
I know, weird.
HIDF for you.
Yeah. So they added that on the sides because I mean, getting ammo racked is getting ammo racked, doesn't matter. So they added that to the sides to help protection. You can see all these little what look like ERA bricks. They're a little too big and flat. Those are actually steel plates. So the idea is that they wanted to add some kind of armor to the front or to the top of the turret to help protect it, but they didn't want to add too much weight, so they added steel plates. And they're pretty
Totally
rusty.
known for not adding more weight than necessary.
Yes, totally not. I know my logic's kind of being thrown around a little bit, but it's just backwards military with little
Your logic.
resources.
It's their
So
logic.
you know what? You're right. God damn it. Steel plates is better than logs. Change my mind.
Yeah.
Uh, but
Nerd.
yeah, so so basically they added these steel plates to the top and side of the turret, as well as industrial sandbags. So I keep getting people keep asking me, what the hell are those green and white blobs around the turret?
The
They're
Home Depot
sandbags.
sandbag.
Yes, like if you look at it, like third world countries and countries in like Asia and the Pacific, when they have mudslides and shit, they throw out these industrial sandbags that are like fucking 4 feet long. Okay, they pack them bitches tight of fucking mud and dirt and whatever to help block like or help move mudslides and shit, right? Help direct them. That's what those are. Uh, and then of course camo bundles. So the idea here is they're moving through a swamp in a column, and they're right at the end of the swamp about to head out of it, and they're taking 5 to check maps and whatnot, and they're moving to contact. So they're camoed up, got all their stowage, camouflage, and whatnot. The camo scheme is based off of Dennis's, and then the side armor camo scheme is kind of like Dennis's, but then I added a couple other colors. The front of this thing has concrete armor that's already been hit by like a 20 mil gun or something.
As one does.
Yeah, as one does. Um, the barrel has that. I don't know what it's called, but if you've seen, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I call it the Firefly camo.
Yeah, it's a Firefly camo.
Yeah, that thing. So they added that because they looked in their history books or something. I don't know. This is HIDF. Talk to them. But all the fenders are corroded. There's corrosion above. It's not. It's right above the tracks, and it holds the stowage bins in place. Those panels,
Yeah,
you can.
the sponsons.
Yeah, those things, the sponsons. On the right-hand side, top left picture, right-hand side of the tank, you see a huge hole, rusted the fuck out, super wet. And then on the left-hand side, there's a smaller one. The back of the tank has that one barrel, super rusty, like has the HIDF flag. Really, really fun stuff. It's got the crew talking. One of the guys is holding a Snickers candy bar.
That's an amazing detail.
Thank you. Yeah, most of the like the candy and bags I printed off and put in here are not visible, and it makes me sad because I placed them strategically, and I made the last color a bit too dark. So
it's a
you
swamp.
can see, yeah, you can see some of it. Like when I get pictures, you'll be able to see some of it, but not as much as I wanted the viewers to be able to see.
Well, now you'll have to do another HIDF build, and where you can correct those things.
Dude, I guarantee you, I'm gonna be like, this is gonna be a thing for me. I love the HIDF. This shit's so fun.
I pledge my life to the HIDF.
Whenever I go to get my DD-214, like they're gonna be like, "Oh, so what are you gonna be doing?" I'm like, I was gonna move to
Force
Kansas,
advisor.
but yeah, I'm going to Fiji and then out to the HIDF. Like what? What the fuck?
Yeah.
T-62, ladies and gentlemen, not done yet. Working on it still.
So I thought that, to also give people more of an idea of just like the general aesthetic, because it's fall time now and we're basic white girls. The aesthetic we're looking for with the HIDF. Now this is not, you don't have to do this. You can do whatever you want. If you want brand new Sancharo or Type 16, go for it. But
Yes.
this is why I think like the general idea we've been copying. My T55 was based actually off of this model somewhat with the contact DRA. And this tank as well to a certain extent. Basically, you can see, especially with this one, it's placed haphazardly. Like this is not protecting anything, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've just got like some unconventional camouflage schemes that you're going to see a lot. As well, you've got one of the things I thought was like, again, in that kind of aid package from the Soviets, you might see a lot of BRDM-1s, and those might be used as like command vehicles in the HIMC. And of course, just for more like emphasis on the whole thing of these are islands, you have to swim between them. We've got an M113 taking a dip.
Getting moist.
How prominent do you think the M113s are in the HIDF? I have a feeling like they're actually pretty rare because most of it's just going to be cheap ass M114s.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think at that point you got to look at the Marine Corps with their air power, and we have 22s and 53s. 22s are cheaper and they are faster and carry less, but the 53s more expensive and they carry more and they have more heft. So I think that's where the 13 and 14 are going to come into play here. Is that like maybe the 13s are for I don't know. I feel like the 14
105 on the 113.
Oh my god. Dude. Okay.
Oh no.
I've got it. The 14s are going to be used for 20 mil or below.
They're cav.
They're cav, yeah. the 14s are 20 mil or below. Okay. The 15s are 25 mil and above. So if you want to add like a 75 millimeter Sherman turret on top, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a casemate almost. It's like welded onto one position, so the driver has to adjust. There's like dude. There's got to be like a some kind of CCTV footage camera on the front, just above the viewport, and the gunner in the Sherman turret because it's casemate, right? You can't move it. And the driver, right? There's going to be a wire connecting that camera to the gunner's position, and there's going to be a little like laptop right underneath the gun sight. It's going to be able to tell the driver to turn left or right, but it's delayed. It's delayed by like a second and a half. Yes. Oh, I'm getting to it. See, this is the problem with HIDF.
I thought for the 114 because originally I ordered the model that came with the 20 mil, not the 50, and so I thought like, how are they going to control it without exiting the like opening up the turret? Like a VHS camera wired directly to a television screen and a joystick.
I mean, hey, if that's all you've got, that's all you've got. I mean, it makes more sense for like a defensive operation, right? If you're sitting in the defense, but I mean, hell, if that's all you got for charging a goddamn village, yeah, to hit the beach, and that's all you got. I mean, you're probably better off in China, anyways.
Yeah, exactly. We got some 113s here. I thought that was a pretty good look for them.
That is, yeah. Oh, dude. Oh my god, that picture gives me an idea. 13s on a road, get ambushed, and there's a bunch of dead HIDF guys with Maladin troops walking around them, checking for dead and intel. Boom.
How'd the Maladins get all the way to Tanoa?
The same way the HIDF got to fucking to the Atlantic.
It swims across the world with the sheer power of diesel and the flotation screen.
Okay, so I don't know much about the Maladin. So exactly where are these bitches located?
The middle of the Atlantic.
So between like the U.S. and U.K., like smack dab in the middle
of the Atlantic Ocean, like the dead middle.
Goddamn, yeah, that's the opposite side of the world. Fuck.
How is the Sheridan going to swim there?
C-13.
It's going to swim through the air. But yeah, I thought, I was thinking today, because I'm at work and I'm confronted by the Tamiya Sheridan. It just steps in my path. And it's like, Dennis, you should buy me. And I was thinking to myself, well, screw the T-55. That thing can't swim, but this thing can. So the HIA has the T-55 and 62. The HIMC has the M551 because it can actually swim.
Yes. Okay, I fuck with it, yeah.
And they wouldn't be messing around with the missiles because, I mean, why are they going to use that anyways? It's a bunch of islands. There's not no tanks on them to, like, face. Who cares? Canister rounds.
You fire the thing once and you're going to go, like, sliding, like, 12 feet back because of the mud.
Also, I thought you might appreciate this picture of the M114 and that nice master camo.
Yes, I do.
And then just more waiting. Yeah, the M113, all they do is wade.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
Yeah, there's a photo of a Sheridan swimming, which is very nice.
Very lovely.
And then, yeah, of course, obviously, like in the 21st century, they've got the LV. What's the LVTPAA? What's it called?
AAV7. Like, yeah, we call them VAV.
That's Vietnam.
So, real quick, just to make sure people understand, uh, let's say the year is 2025, they're still using T-55s and T-62s, okay? But they also have modern equipment too. Make that clear to everyone.
Like maybe the T-55s are for training at that point. It's just like, here, learn how to maintain stuff, learn how to drive.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I made my 62 as a modern.
Imagine being a T-62 and then this thing just rolls up beside you.
Like, oh shit.
No.
Good thing I added steel plates.
AAV with T-62 turret.
No,
Yes.
I'm stopping you there. No.
No. Who cares about depression?
Actually, it would work because there's no autoloader. Okay. Yeah, that's. Yeah, you could. Holy shit, you're right. You couldn't depress with that thing.
No, you couldn't. And of course, we can't forget about the air wing.
Yes.
Got a nice assortment. I figured most of their stuff would just be these little helicopters here.
Yeah, and then of course the occasional like fighter jet or support aircraft propeller.
You ever seen one of these? The Peacemaker?
Yes, I saw one at the USS Midway.
There you go. You know what they
cute
use those
little
for
bird.
in Vietnam?
What?
Gunship. You see
Nice.
these doors here? They would slide open, 23 millimeter, pop out the side.
Shut up.
Yeah, I'm not even kidding. Look it up.
Okay, that's like half the size of a 40. Okay, yeah, never mind. I can see it. Because I was thinking like autocannon, like fucking 20 mil from Saving Private Ryan when you said 23, but then I thought, oh, I shot 40 Mike. So it's okay. I could see it actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking like they could even use like old Avengers for the Second World War as like kind of their airborne control aircraft, like their radar carriers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spotting aircraft.
Yeah, exactly. But that was it. That's the slideshow.
That's the HIDF as we have it. This was kind of a last minute thing, by the way. So
yeah, I guess people have noticed because this will probably be the end. We've got the KV1 episode. This one will probably be up next. People are going to be wondering like, why are these guys all dying on us?
Yeah, I guess we should give a life update for everyone. Like Jack works.
Yeah. Now we get to just have a nice intimate fireside chat with our audience.
Yeah.
3 of them.
I don't know. That last video we did, bro, was over 200 views. So just on YouTube alone. Which, by the way, if you are a returning viewer from that, thank you. We really appreciate it.
And please subscribe for God's sake. You have any idea how annoying it is to find out that 300 people watched the video and not one subscribed?
It's kind of saddening.
And it's sus if you ask me.
Bro, that's how I feel whenever I look at like my view count on my dioramas. Like some of them are like 3,000 views, and I have like 300 subs. I'm like, God damn it! What am I doing wrong?
300 subs for you, Greg?
I have like 361, I think.
361 subs.
Yeah. Yes. Submarines.
I know that Schrodinger's going to listen to this. He's going to have a field day.
Yeah.
Okay. Life update. Go. You're the guy who's moving. Oh, spoiler.
Okay. Now, oh shit. Well, you know what? It's over. Podcast over.
Roll credits.
Okay, so yeah, I am moving. If you didn't know, I've been in the military the past almost 4 years, and finally, I'm getting out. So,
God bless you.
Thank you. I'm from Texas and moved here to Cali for my time in service. Moving to Kansas in the Wichita area. So if you're around there, let me know. Love to meet up with like-minded people.
Toilet paper is house, guys.
What?
Toilet paper is house. Let's go. If you are in the Kansas City, Wichita area, find where Greg lives and toilet paper is house on my behalf.
I have a Mosin Gaunt that shoots 7.62 by 50.
So you have the same level of armament as the Russian conscripts.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm moving there soon. We're actually packing right now. I'm sitting in my garage and it's all packed up. Moving in about 2 weeks. Gonna move to an RV park for about 2 months, and while we look for a house, and I work, and then after that, it's just back to model making. So it's gonna be kind of spotty for me to build anything, and then
Do you think you're
podcast
going
is
to
gonna be.
survive 2 months without building?
I think I can because the hobby store is right there in town, and I can go bug them and look at kits,
He's got
and then
the mobile setup.
I'm not kidding. I honestly thought about making a mobile setup to at least build the P51, but I thought to myself, one dog, two cats, one baby, one wife, all of our shit in an RV plus model making. Yeah, no, not gonna happen.
You're going to be living the full American experience very soon, buddy.
God, yeah, I can't. We cannot wait to get a fucking house, dude. Oh my god. Just sucks the timing of everything and all that, but it's fine. It's happening, so we're overly excited. Like I said, 2 weeks and I'm out of here.
Look at that.
I cannot believe it. I've been having like reality moments. Like I'll be doing something, then I'll look up and like it's like a breath of fresh air hits me, and I'm like, how wow, it's finally happening. Gotta get an AT4 or a law before I leave, though. I'm trying to do that also. I'm not kidding, dude. I'm trying to find one. Like,
Belt
one,
Fed AT4.
bro, one of my old squad leaders in Oki right now doing jungle warfare training, and he has a couple, but they're not here right now. And he's not here, and he won't be back until after I'm gone, so I can't snag any of the ones he has.
If
And
any of our listeners have an AT4 they are no longer like they are willing to part with, just send it to us. We'll find out how to make a PO box. Yeah.
I would love one. I've got a guy on Monday who said he's like some gunny or some shit, and he said he's gonna check the Connex boxes and try to hook me up. So, but yeah, that's my little life update. Dennis, you?
Well, fortunately, I mean, as you guys have seen, Model Machine was broke. As of this weekend, Model Machine presently repaired. On Monday, Model Machine broke again. I'm in university. I'm in second year of computer science at Ontario Tech University, and it is a real university. If I hear one more person from the University of Toronto say that, hey, Ontario Tech is not a real university, I will.
I've never heard. What's your university called again?
Oh, God. You son of a bitch. See if you get a flag. Go Ridgebacks.
Who are the Ridgebacks? So sorry.
Yeah, across the border. I'm going to be waiting for you.
Oh god, I love it.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I found out you can't really code and build models at the same time. So, fortunately, I mean, this weekend I kind of took a weekend off and just like, since I'm working at the hobby store anyways, I may as well build the kit I've got. So the M114 kind of just flew together today. But yeah, it's probably like what I'm going to do with it is do all the stowage and stuff on it, right? And the vegetation. Have it all done tomorrow. And then I'm going to leave it like that. And then probably in the winter, I'll actually get to painting it and then hopefully putting it on the base. Hopefully, it'll be with a Sheridan and a bridge. But we shall see.
Dude, that would be a nice dial. What kind of bridge are you wanting to do with that?
Just like you've seen the bridges around Tanoa, right? Like they're just kind of like these concrete bridges.
Yeah, pretty basic shit.
Like I was thinking, yeah, I remember I was talking like earlier in the episode. I was saying like these things would go and secure the bridges and hold them until the slower stuff comes by. Like you can have a Sheridan crossing while these guys are just watching over it.
Yep.
That was what my plan was. But
okay.
Yeah. So basically, at this point, a lot of work is going to go into the M114, and that'll be it. But it does mean I can plan more stuff out. Eventually, I do need to get something done for the Battle of the Bulge Group build as well.
Yeah, I'm scared about my build because I don't know exactly when we're getting a house. Should be in mid-December, so I should have like almost a full month to do it, which is enough time for me. But
you want to know a hack?
What's up?
Build 1 to 48 skill. Buy a Tamiya 1 to 48 skill Easy 8 because you can build it, and I'm not kidding. You can build it in one evening.
My brother in Christ, I already have a kit.
Oh, not me forgetting that you did an entire intro video about the. Oh God. Okay.
I see where I stand with you.
I'm sorry,
You're fine. I don't care.
but I've hurt my own
Obviously
feelings.
not.
Okay, well, here, how about this? The Easy 8 is an emergency option.
Hey, honey, I'm going to the hobby store. God damn it, not again. We have a mortgage now. Yeah, well, I've got an addiction, so cope and seed, touch grass.
Touch palm leaves. Touch this red dirt.
Go touch snow. Oh my god, it's going to snow. I cannot wait.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, if you guys are gonna be there for 2 months, you guys gotta get ready for Midwest winters.
Yes, we are ready. We're about as ready as the conscripts are to go to Ukraine.
Oh my God! When I read that, I opened up the Globe and Mail one morning, and it says like reservists called up, Putin makes nuclear threat, and I swear to God, I turned white for a second, which is very rare for me these days after the tanning incident in the summer. But yeah, I like for a brief 5 seconds, I was like, "What the hell?" And I realized, and I saw the pictures of him getting armed with Mosins. I was like, whatever. Go back to
Bro,
sleep.
there was a group of Ukrainians who were like, "Hey, if you cross our border, bro, just put your shit down. We'll take care of you. Like, we understand you don't want to fight."
They will
So,
unironically receive superior treatment as a prisoner of war in Ukraine than as Konstantinovich.
dude, yeah, have you seen all the videos coming out of their like recruiting process for this shit?
The recruiting
Or,
process is going to a protest and just dragging people out of it.
yes. Like, it's fucking awful. Like, there's some people, obviously, who are, like, all about it. They're like, fuck yeah, let's go to Ukraine, right? But most of them, the ones that I've seen at least, are not about it. They don't want to go. Which, who blames them? Like, there was one
What?
guy, he's like an IT dude, right? He's been working in IT for, like, 5 to 7 years or some shit like that. And he's like, I've never held a gun. I don't want to go to war, but here I am. Like, I've left my wife, and it's like, fuck that, dude.
Are you
Fuck that.
asking me to be sympathetic for the Vatniks?
No. Yeah, the T62 and the 55s are looking good.
Yeah. So, yeah. If you want to get involved with the HIDF stuff, first thing you gotta do, join the Discord server so we can see what you're doing. Second of all, get whatever kit is on the shelf of shame, doesn't matter what it is, and give it a weird camouflage and lots of stowage and maybe a few jungle plants, and boom.
HIDF. Now, I will say real quick, the common colors for like uniforms is like the only thing that's almost standardized. Like infantry have like multicam, or not multicam, but like that. It was M87 tri camo.
Woodland.
Woodland, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking. Infantry typically have woodland. Crewmen typically are like a olive green, and the Foreign Legion are this weird, almost arid tricolor. It's kind of weird, but yeah. I mean, my tank crewmen are fucking tricolored, so whatever the fuck you want to do.
These guys probably invented Marpat. I'm honest right now. Marpat was probably HIDF.
They made Marpat, and they saw how fucking stupid it was, and then they sold it to the United States.
And then they proceeded to make multicam.
Yes. And then sold that too, because multicam's gay.
You ever seen Multicam Tropic?
Hang on.
Yeah, look it up.
So.
You know what? Multicam on its own doesn't really look that good, but Multicam Tropic? Ooh. Snazzy.
Okay, yeah, I could fuck with it.
Yeah. You know what I'm thinking?
I just can't stand regular multicam. It kills me.
HIDF Air Wing, Special Air Service Regiment, and they all wear that.
Dude, like PJs?
Yes.
Yes. Check podcast planning. I'm sending a picture right now.
Word.
They need to wear that special equipment.
Special equipment operation.
It's sending. I'm in the garage, so it's taking a minute. There we go.
Yeah, but that is the HIDF. We had a short episode at only 1 hour and 14 minutes, but yeah. All right, Greg, what do you think? Any channel updates we should be giving people?
We got a Patreon.
Yeah, we do have a Patreon now. Do we have anything on it? I think we're still making it.
Yeah, we're in the process of making it. So if that's something you're interested in and supporting us with, by all means, go for it. One of these days, we do plan on, once we get a bigger subscriber base and we're able to get the funds too, we plan to do a meetup. Our goal is like a year to 2 years from now is kind of when we'd like to meet up. But so subscribe to the Patreon, help Pinju, help us fucking make more HIDF shit.
Basically, I think the idea with the Patreon, it won't be expensive. It'll be like maybe $1 or $2 a month at most. If it's not, name your own price. But basically, the idea is we have already recorded a few episodes that, for various reasons, we decided not to post to YouTube. IL2 episode. But basically, yes, we've got like actually a bank of episodes that we've recorded in the past few months, especially over the summer, that we're more or less holding in reserve. I guess the plan is that if you subscribe to the Patreon, you will have things like, the main thing is going to be having access to those. And then probably, behind the scenes content, stuff like that. And you'll also get to, have the moral, high ground with everyone around you, knowing that you contributed to saving Pinju. So, yeah.
Yes. That's the most important part. Pinju.
Pinju. We love you, Pinju.
Always and forever, Pinju.
What do you think he's doing right now?
Homeboy is probably sitting in a tree eating bamboo, man.
He's probably sitting in the tree, yeah. He's
probably wondering when he's next to me. Dude, he is the HIDF.
Vice Admiral Pinju.
Pinju's up in a tree, eating bamboo, rolling a blunt, just fucking living life.
Pinju, I didn't know you were with that. I know you were chill like that, man.
Bro, Pinju is with that. He is that. Alright? He is the HIDF. He is the reason drugs are allowed in the HIDF. Hallucinogens and
with
weed.
Bob Marley, from the sounds of it.
Yes. Except he doesn't make good music, he just listens to good music. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think. Any other announcements? We have. I'm going to start. Just doing random stuff. We have an episode coming up on the Iltis.
Yes.
Stay tuned
Jack's
for that.
Iltis.
The Iltisy. And yeah, again, subscribe to the channel. Join our Discord. I really mean this. I know we say it in every episode, but definitely join Discord. If you've suffered through us talking for 1 hour and 17 minutes, you could definitely suffer through us indefinitely on the Discord. We have about 60 people on it right now. It's an amazing and very active community. People from all over the world who are making amazing stuff. And it is, unlike most forums, basically a lawless society. So that's pretty cool.
Yes. Another thing with the Discord, we have that group build going on for the Battle of the Bulls. So if you're interested in that, go on the Discord, surf through the Battle of the Bulge area. I know I posted a video explaining the rules and whatnot on my YouTube channel, and that's on like my home page for my channel, so it's pretty easy to find. If that's something you're interested in, we'd love for you to join, whether it's for the competition part or just to build a build. It doesn't matter to us, but if you do the competition, you could be the lucky winner of a M26 Pershing. So keep that in mind.
And not just any Pershing, the Hobby Boss Pershing with the individual link tracks and the engine.
If I could compete for this, I would.
You're going to leave the podcast, and you're going to resign yourself.
Here's my 2-week notice. It's 2.5 weeks until the Battle of the Bulge. I'm aware. 2 days before the Battle of the Bulge. Here's my resume to come back onto the podcast. Takes a week of processing.
We have a selection process.
There are currently 0 candidates ahead of you, but we're going to give you 2 weeks for us to decide, okay? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that sounds about like the hiring process.
That is the hiring process, and it's so irritating.
Well,
Ugh.
on that note, you have been listening to the Micro Machines podcast. Thank you so much for joining Garrison and I tonight. We hope to see you and hear from you on the Discord, and we will see you in the next episode. Alrighty, bye everyone.
See you, folks.